wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep 'em out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. Yeah. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
So it's the word. You see the title we about to talk about. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like. And if you new, hit that subscribe, man. It's free to you, but it mean the world to me, right? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And with that being said, what up, though, Chris? Appreciate you, fam. I know you probably at work chilling, man. Hope everything is good with you and your fam. Everything good my way, bro. Everything good my way. I've been chilling, getting some stuff done around the house. We done redecorated. I still got some work to do. I ain't even started the painting project yet, but we're just getting new things, getting rid of old things right now. But there's a lot of putting shit together. So that's what I've been doing, chilling, man. Getting enjoying my son's birthday. was the 13th, which was Saturday. My daughter's birthday is on the 22nd. So, and then we got the holiday. So, and the way we celebrate holiday, we rock out from the 18th to the 25th. So, yeah, it's fun time, man. Fun time. So, yeah, man. I've been going off of here chilling. You know, uh, a lot been going on social media, like always. Like a lot been going on in the world. You know, I just be chilling. My wife be keeping me up to date on stuff. I be in my own little world. I don't be look. I like when I say I don't worry about nothing I can't control. I really don't, man. I sit back and relax, and I enjoy the experience that I'm experiencing, and that's it, man. Uh, all that stress and worry, I don't got it no more. Trying to control things you can't, like people and events and uh, shit, countries, politics, all that. Can't control none of that. Only thing I can do is make, my experience a better experience. And the people who experiencing that with me. So that's what I be focused on, man. I don't really be into too much other people business. Uh, through social media, I got if I didn't do like YouTube and it's cool to talk about things that's going on. Like especially like I talk about behavior. So you can see some of the stuff I talk about in real time, right? And the differences, in real time with subjects that's current. So that's the only time I really get into it. And I don't really do that too much, you know. Maybe something I see will influence the conversation, but directly talking about the people, I never talk about the people, but the behavior, we can observe that. So anything that can be observed can be analyzed. Anything can be analyzed can be understood. So that's why I do it. That's the whole reason. If I do it and why I do it. But just looking at a lot of this stuff, man, uh, us, it's so crazy how we think we so advanced, right? As far as like information and even technology, people today, but oh, we the most advanced civilization. Like, man, we some. As a species, human collective, as human beings, we fucked up, man. We ain't no better than the Neanderthals and shit. At least they were more like if you think about animals, right? Animals can be vicious and cruel, but they have a purpose to be. They just don't do it because they feel like it or because they bored. Usually animals are vicious and cruel because that's one the nature. And two, they either protecting usually they protected. If it's space, if it's themselves, if it's like the cubs, the rest of the pack, they usually are vicious and aggressive because of that. But humans do it because they bored, bro. Like a lot of this, not only because they bored, because they ignorant. Like there's a story where uh this guy took his babies hiking, and his babies died. How they died from being exposed to them. And I'm like, damn. Then the next day, I see my wife telling me, showing me another story. Like, look, this man found this little girl walking around in the snow with no shoes, no hat. I mean, no coat, and she was all little kid fucked up, and he was crying, breaking down. And this was in Detroit, so like he was breaking down, crying. Like, look at this, man. So I'm sitting there like, damn, these people are human beings, and then the violence, man. The wars, the violence, all the arguments, all that. Man, what it all sums up to is everybody ain't mind their own goddamn business. That's what it. That's what it add up to. People ain't minding their own goddamn business. Man. If people mind their own, bro, you won't be too worried about what other people do. Right? And when you ain't worried about what other people doing, man. Sometimes it go good, sometimes it go bad. But what it does most, you can identify bullshit and get away from it, bro. You can get away from bullshit easier. The shit you don't like is easier to get away from it than to change it. Some things do need to be changed, right? But even when I look at it from that, like people with no authority, no power. Be sitting online arguing about some shit they can't even do I mean, if they wanted to. They ain't got the power, they ain't got the influence, they ain't got the authority, they ain't got the force. They ain't got none of that. And they just sitting online arguing over one another. Regular ass motherfuckers arguing about some super shit. Some shit they have no control over. Some shit they have no arguing about. And then shit come from out of that. Beefs and stuff come from out of that. Unnecessary shit. Distraction. All of it is a distraction. That's what it becomes. You have 24 hours in the day, right? So the time you ain't focusing on you, what is influencing? That's what I be thinking about that. Like, what am I being influenced by? Because I'm not focused on me, right? I'm relaxed. I'm chilling. I'm watching TV. I'm listening to something. What is influencing me right now? Because this will have an impact one way or another. Depends on how it's being downloaded or consumed. Depending on how the information is being consumed, thing you pay attention to, you paying time. First of all, that's what you're paying. When you pay attention to something, you're paying time. But it's not even about what you're paying. It is about what you're paying, but it it comes down to what is it? How is it influencing you? Because one or two things will happen. Either you go be influenced or you go get influenced. And when you're not focusing on you, when you ain't in action or motion, then you relax. And that's the time where you could be influenced. An idle mind. I don't know if y'all ever read the book Interview with the Devil. I don't know if you ever read that book, but if you have, um, the devil's favorite aspect about humans was the idle mind, a mind not being used. And that's what happens most of the time when we watch stuff, when we sit and relax, we watch a TV, watching a movie. We're idle minds. We're consuming something that's outside of us. It probably has no benefit for us. It don't have no benefit. I see my nine in the building. What up, Commander? Gorillas One is in the building. What it do with the business is? Commander, what up, nine? The Minister, the General of Defense is in the building. The lady at the nine. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. The Gorillas One, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I got to see what chat y'all in. I'm looking. I'm sitting back on the. Hold on, let me go on this one. I can't even get in. Okay, there we go. That's where everybody at. Commander did a short. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Oh man, yeah, I've been chilling, man. That's what it does though when you ain't trying. So it's about what's influencing you and how you intaking that and what potential it has. Because we think to feel. So when we watch stuff or listen to stuff, you might be subconsciously thinking, but the process is going on because what you watch or what you pay attention to, it makes you feel a certain way. Sometimes things make you feel good. Sometimes it makes you feel bad. I sit there and watch some stuff. I watch a lot of shorts. So when I be watching, scrolling through the stuff that make me laugh, I usually stick on it longer. When I see anything other than that, other than the funny stuff, I don't even want to watch it. I don't even want to watch it. But I stay on the funny things because it make me feel good. Right? It make me laugh. Like that's what the shit people be doing, bro. I be looking like, man, is a field for everything, bro. If you could think of it, either somebody doing it, about to do it, or they already did it. Some of this shit be on here, bro. I'd be like, man, I don't know, like, man, look, like I like little pranks and shit, right? And this is one where they put a hot dog in the dude's like dude be sleep on the couch. They put a hot dog on his pants and they tap him and cut it while he waking up and he look like, oh shit, jumping up. I wouldn't, man, I probably would have swung on somebody. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I woke up seeing somebody, I'd be like, oh shit, wow. I'd be like, oh, I'm not a fun person to get pranked. You can't like jumping out on me and shit. Nah, don't do that. I just slammed so many people up against the wall doing that. It's like they jump out at you and I'm grabbing them and bam, right against the wall. They're like, oh shit. Like, yeah, bro, don't do that shit to me. I don't know what's going on. So I remember one time I dropped a dude at a haunted house. Cause you know, like if they jump out at you and scream, I expect that. But when they touch you, and then look, man, you know how one incident happened? Like, you know how many times people go to haunted houses and haunted fields, but that one time you hear that crazy ass story where somebody got snatched up or stabbed up in a haunted house, and it happened twice in that year, it happened at two different haunted houses where one of the employees jumped out and stabbed. Well, one of them was an employee. The other one, he wasn't an employee. He snuck like he went in there and stayed in there, put a costume on. I don't know if he had it in his bag under his clothes. Well, he put a mask on. I know that much. He put a mask on, and the guy walked through and he stabbed him up. But he knew the guy he stabbed, so it was like I kind of felt like that was kind of like planned. But the other one, they was in the cornfield, and this dude grabbed and assaulted this girl and unalived her. Both of those happened in Michigan. So when my man jumped out and touched me, I dropped his ass. God, right on the chin, clean. Yeah, I dropped it. He went night night. Oh yeah, I don't even know why I started talking about that. But anyway, yeah, but anyway. Hey man, did y'all see? Commander, did you see? What just Pearly things been going through? I wanted to talk about that too. That black fatigue because it's a book out. Like that term was coined by a woman who wrote a book about black fatigue. And when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, I understand that because I experienced that. I experienced it. But then, like recently, like people, like what's her name, Pearly thing, like the way they described it, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then it's like you see a pattern, right? You see a pattern like Black Lives Matter, right? You see a pattern. The reason black people got upset because it's like that was ain't nobody saying all lives don't matter, right? But that was someone expressing how they felt about situations that was going on. That's they was just expressing themselves, and that turned into a movement. It turned into a coin phrase, right? And instead of other people saying like, okay, yeah, we understand like that's some shit y'all made, some shit for y'all. It's like people came and tried to twist it. People tried to defile it. It's like whenever you create something, people want to come in and try to hijack the shit, right? That was the whole point with black people never said all lives don't matter. We just speaking from a personal experience. And it's not only personal, but it's a collective experience through a culture. And this is an expression or a phrase that came out of that experience. And then just like Black Fatigue, this lady wrote a book. I just ordered the audio book. I'm probably gonna get it on Kindle or something because they don't have a big print paperback, so I can't get the actual book. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna listen to it, then I'm gonna read it. But Black Fatigue, the phrase was coined predicated upon a black person's experience of being oppressed, basically, through systematic racism, through prejudice, through bigotry, just the experience of being black. Now, people don't came and hijack that shit, right? And it's like, bro, just let people have their own shit. This is how people is expressing their collective experience through a culture, right? Just like white people say white guilt, right? They use that term white guilt and they expressing how they feel about, and you don't see black people trying to hijack that shit, bro. Ain't nobody walking around talking about no black guilt or all guilt matters. Everybody should no. They let okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel, bro. Shit, you know, that's just how you feel. Like black people don't be all in the mix of that shit, other people's shit, but people be coming through trying to hijack, and that's how people feel. Not only physically, like you create something like Tulsa, Oklahoma, or you Black Wall Street, you create Rosewood, you create these communities, and people start hating and come in and fuck it up. But now it's the intellectual properties, so everything ain't always physical. A lot of shit is intellectual. A lot of shit is emotional. Like should be you telling somebody how they supposed to feel. Who does that? You telling somebody their experience. Then a lot of times you group people, right? It's easier to group things. To me, it's less intellectual when people generalize things because that just shows you fucking lazy. When you sit there and generalize, like if I generalize all Somalians, well, this is how the Somalians are, and people even try to do this. They try to say, well, that's the culture of the people. So if majority is like that, then it's justified for me to do that. No, it's not because people are still individuals. Some people are extremists within the culture. Some people are more purists. That's just the nature of the beast, right? That's just the nature of the beast. Like when we talk about slavery, you'll hear some white people say this. Well, how do you know my family owned slaves? Or what if my family didn't own slaves? And that's factual, right? That's factual because all white people didn't own slaves. All white people didn't own slaves. That's factual. So it'd be disingenuous to say that. And to me, it's lazy. It's lazy. So with the same concept, it's lazy to apply these stigmas on people. It's lazy to just generalize something. That shit just lazy work. So like when I hear people like what's her name, just Pearly Things, it's like maybe a documentary is needed. Does it exist already? About black fatigue. Yeah, I'm gonna cover. I was gonna do it tonight, but I didn't. I ain't had time to collect nothing. I had just thought of a topic, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna touch on it, but I ain't gonna break it down." But it's because I actually want to listen to the book first. I want to listen because the lady coined it, and I rather hear it from the goat's mouth. The person who created hear their explanations because it's broke down from a psychological aspect too. That's why I want to really and it talks about different. Well, just listening to a summary is summaries of it on YouTube. I think it's a preview of it, like 32 minutes, like probably the first chapter of the book. I don't know how long the audio book is. It downloaded, and I didn't even. I started downloading it and walked away, but so I don't know how long it is. But I know it's like a 34-minute clip on YouTube. I think it's just probably like the first couple chapters, if it's not just the first chapter. I haven't listened to that maybe. Um, but like when I first seen the concept, I seen it from a psycholo. It was psychoanalysis of different phrases she put in there. It was on damn, what website was that on? It was on a website, a black psychologist. I got it saved. I mean, the journal. Because I read a lot of his. I cannot remember. It's a funny ass last name. It started with an S too. But I can pull it. I'll probably pull it up tomorrow and show that. But yeah, so yeah, that black fatigue. So it's just like a black person, like, and think of it like this: a black person being fatigued, living in uh an environment where they feel uh they being oppressed in different ways, if you want to say it. If it's politically, socially, financially, economically, and just feel like, they back against the wall. That's all it really is. It wasn't, but people took that, like Curly Things. I'm gonna just use her. She took that and said she's just tired of like black people. like like racist ass people took that shit and just used it to say I'm fatigued against black people, or the actions of black people, or the stereotypes of black people. Like, if like this is the reality. If you go online right now and you look up ghetto black people, that's what you go find. You go find some ghetto ass black people. You go online and look up ghetto white people, that's what you go find. If that's what you looking for, you go find that shit. Now, if you go look for some intellectual black people, you will go find that. But what people is looking for is things to justify their perception, because that makes them feel good about their situation. It makes them feel good off of it. So, I mean, shit, we can go find ghetto anybody. We can go find ignorant ass people from all different uh races, cultures, beliefs. We go find extremists in all fields, in any field, if you go looking for it, because it exists. So yeah, it exists. But to go look for that and show, like, they be showing some ghetto ass. I be man, you don't even see people like this in the hood half the time, bro. Like these, this the ghetto of the most ghetto shit. Like, you don't see this shit normal. You see this shit. I remember one time it was my this old lady, right? She used to always wear the Jason mask and come out and cut her grass with a weed whacker, right? And one day she came out butt ass naked, chasing people down the street with the weed whacker. Like, oh shit! Like, you see crazy shit like that every once in a while. But it's like you gonna find the most ghetto of the ghetto of shit to say, hey, this is an example of what I was talking about. Like, man, come on, man. What up, though, Chris?
What's good, man? How you doing tonight?
Chillin', chillin', bro. Chillin', chillin'.
Shit, I was just listening to you. Just came on my lunch break a few minutes ago. I've been listening since you came on, though.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Didi, 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 Didi. What up, though, Didi? Yeah, man. I was just looking at this that lead attorney at Pearly Things clip. And he kind of got in their ass. And like the first time I heard somebody say white guilt, and I'm like, what is that, bro? Because I didn't know what it was. Like when he said, like, man, I ain't gonna be in that fall for that white guilt. And I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? I've never heard of it. So when he said it, I'm like, okay, shit, I understand. Because black people do be pulling the race card at times. I'd be like, damn, bro, that's the wrong time. That you don't use it right then, bro. You gotta hold on to that motherfucker. Use it. Don't use it right there, bro. That's the wrong spot. You could have just slid past that one, bro. Like, so, so I understand that. And that's like a tactic, people use to be trying to make people feel guilty about some shit. But so
Yeah,
I understood it, but I never once said, I got black guilt. I ain't about to be having black guilt because, like, nah, bro. Like
yeah,
that's the way they express the way they express their experience through words. That's how I looked at it. That he's just expressing how he felt, and I can understand that. But that I think as a society, we need to stop trying to make everything the fucking same. I think that's the issue. But that's when people feel the most comfortable when it's something similar or like when they have likeness around. But that shows insecurity issues to me too. I don't know, bro. Like most of this shit, bro. Most of the time, people be projecting their insecurities on social media and don't even know.
You know what I've come to see now? I mean, maybe it's just me because, like, I haven't really talked to anybody else about it, shit. But from my own personal experience, man, it seems like the poorer you are, the less that's an issue. Because I know, like, I'm strictly working class, factory working class. You know what I mean? Like, I work 40 hours a week, but I barely make 40,000 a year. So I'm working class, and man, I know my kids play sports and stuff. They play basketball and baseball, and we live in a very diverse town. We live in Springfield, Ohio. I mean, like it's very diverse, and man, I know around all the people that I hang out with and shit when we go to the baseball games and stuff, man, I in 6 years in that group of people have I ever heard race be brought up. It seems to be like the only time that I really hear it brought up in like conversation is honestly when you either start one dealing with people that are in more of an upper class, or two, people that don't hang around any other group of people other than their group of
Mhm.
people and only see that shit through one set of lenses.
And see, bro, you are so right, bro. Like growing up poor, bro, we was all poor. Yeah,
Yep.
shit, bro. So I mean, it was like you cool with everybody. I mean, and then it become. That's why I say it goes from. That's why I say like always say racism is a buffer for classism.
Yep.
Racism is a buffer for classism because once you get past, you don't really truly experience racism until you get to that I ain't gonna say upper class, but it's like levels to the shit, bro.
Mhm.
Because it don't matter if you white or black, if you poor. Like man, if that was like if you when you look at these videos of Skid Row, majority of people are white people out there,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
you know
Yep.
what I'm saying, all fucked up on drugs and shit.
Yep.
And people don't care that they white, bro. They fucking drug addicts. That's how they look at it. They don't care
Yep.
if they white or black. That race don't matter. It's like they fucking drug addicts, bro. Like race
And
don't matter at that point.
and you know what, man? The one thing that always, I don't want to say drove me crazy, but the one thing that I always thought of, like, I mean, like, I know that I'm not black, and I can't speak on what it's like being black. But at the same time, like when I hear certain people talk about like white privilege and shit, like, man,
I
I
knew
hope
you was
black
gonna
people,
say
like,
that.
dude, like, people need to understand that if you're a poor white person, bro, those rich white people don't look at people like me any different than what they look at you. Like they might give me a smile, but other like that's it, bro. Like, I mean, I'm just as big of a fucking piece of trash to them as what any, black person would be. You know what I mean? Like, so that white privilege thing, that shit, I don't know. That is something that, I mean, maybe for richer white people, I could maybe see it, but dude, for poor white people, there ain't no fucking such thing as white privilege, man. We get beat by the cops too. We get arrested. We get,
Murder
yeah, I mean, you know what I
was
mean?
a
Like,
lie.
I mean,
Was a
that's
lie about that.
goddamn true.
Bro, look, what changed my whole stance because I used to be, I'm always, I try to be as transparent as I possibly could be. But when, like, early 20, I used to think like that. Like, man, white people get white privilege. I used to always think like that. Then I had a friend, I met him at work, we was both transporters, and his mom got terminal cancer. And I'm like, damn. And he was like, man, I just want to spend some time with my mom. And this was my boy. And I'm like, and he lived in a trailer park. Like they ain't had no money. They was
Mm-hmm.
fucked up. So I'm like, I'm working at the hospital like all these rich motherfuckers, bro. I'm a hustler, man. I'm like, man, we gonna do a fundraiser. And shit, I know they did like everybody like him. He cool. He a good dude. So I'm like, man, they gonna want to donate something. They wouldn't let me do it. So I went on the outside. I went into the hood, bro. I made flyers and shit, and I got like $5,000, $6,000 just people donating. I did a raffle too. I had I put up at that time it was a PlayStation 2. Like I had a buddy who did his thing at Best Buy anyway. So
Yep.
I put
Yep.
up a PlayStation 2. That's how I got to, people joining a raffle in the hood. And then I
Yep.
had brought them that money. Like, here go, like, I'm gonna make you some more. And the supervisor seen it was like, and I told her, she went to the, higher ups or whatever, and we was able to do it in the hospital. Long story short, we got him 60 G's, and he got to spend the last, his mother's last month. Took her out traveling and shit, like, bro. Um, so that it was dope. And like I spent a lot of time with him there. And he was like, this what white privilege look like. And he said this right here what white privilege look like. Like it was him, his mom, his dad, and he had three brothers. Him and his three brothers had to share a room. When he grown as hell, they was in a trailer park. They only had a 2 room thing. But he was like, yeah, this what white privilege look like, bro. And I'm
Yep.
like, and after that, it changed my mind, bro. I started looking at it different. And I don't like what white privilege mean. This is how I explain white privilege and put it in sense or context. I don't think the privilege is the only privilege you have is the benefit of the doubt. Like if we see a white person walking down the street with a hood and a black person, people will pay more attention to the black person. The white person
Yep.
will get the benefit of the doubt. I mean that's just being honest, right? That's
Yep.
just being honest, bro. If you,
And
I mean, I have got harassed wearing a suit, a tailored suit. I have got harassed wearing a tailored suit, bro, with a briefcase and everything. I've got harassed more wearing clothes like that than I did wearing like regular shit, bro.
yep.
I didn't fuck with me. Like, damn. But white dude in the hood, a little bit benefit of the doubt. If Trayvon Martin was white, he would have been alive. Even if they thought he was suspicious. Once the top said leave him alone, they would have left him alone.
Uh, that part I can definitely understand. I mean, like when it comes to things like profiling, that part, yeah, I can definitely, see the point in that. But overall, you know what I mean? Like as far as advantages in life, I don't know. I mean, I still struggle and stuff, but I mean, it's like you said, man. It's like the same people that talk. It's like we got people like that on both sides. You know what I mean? Like there's people on the that
Hmm.
are white that talk some crazy shit, and you got people that are black, like FBAs, man. I don't got nothing against them, but like I listen to them talk sometimes. There's a couple people channels that I listen to, just because I like to hear everybody's point of view. But man, they ain't gonna get off the reparations, man. They stand
I
their
I
ground
tell
on that,
you,
man.
I tell you, if you want to listen to a real FBA, go to Brother Sanchez channel and listen to Brother Sanchez. Like a lot of the people that come online, bro, they be extreme. Like if you want to say FBA, I'll probably identify with that more than anything. As far as like groups and stuff, like even like talking about reparation. I don't really care. Look, I'm a realist. That if it was gonna happen, it would have happened long ago. It ain't
Yep,
gonna happen, right? It
yep,
ain't gonna happen. And those conversations, I just don't like. I don't. If I was a black person, like I would say, if me as a black person, you know what I never do? I never ask you about your opinion about reparation, and that's not being disrespectful or nothing. It's just I won't like some things. The thing I say like this: if it's like some type of emotional attachment to it, I want I don't ask people about things like that because
Right.
it's an emotional attachment. So it's like I don't
Yep.
really care how other people think about how I feel about something. The way I feel about something, I don't care how people think about
Right.
it. Right? Just like I respect that. I think most people are like that. Most people don't really care about how you think about how they feel. And I think people are entitled to it. But where people mess up at is when people ask people how they think about how they feel about shit. So if a black person come to you and say how you feel about reparations, and then get mad about how you feel and think about it, then that's their fucking fault. That's how I look at it. The whole situation. Like it's just some shit that don't need to be spoken outside certain shit. That's just how it is.
Yep. Yep. I honestly understand that. Like, I don't honestly have necessarily a opinion on if they should get it or not. I just simply think that the government will never give it to them. You know what I mean? Like, not whether if it's a right or wrong thing to give. It's I just don't see it ever happening.
It ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen. Only way black people gonna get reparations is black people give each other reparations. This country ain't giving black people reparations. It ain't give, I mean, to me, I don't know. I think it's a good idea because if you go see, like, if you look, this is why. I think it's a strategical good idea, especially for like business owners, because black people don't own nothing. So the
Right.
money they
Yep.
get, they will spend it on what they gonna spend it on. Most black
Right.
people keep their money in the United States. So black people don't be spending money in other countries. You spend it here. So the people who have businesses here, they gonna get a lot of money. They gonna get a lot. That's what that's all it's gonna do. Go destabilize this. Just go do this. No, man. It's sad as Americans, we don't want to see other Americans do good, but we send money all overseas and billions of
Yep.
fucking dollars. Some of the shit is crazy. That's why I say it's no purpose. It's no purpose because it's like you care about this, but you don't care about that. You care about black people in your country getting reparations, but you don't care about motherfuckers in other countries getting billions of dollars. Your tax money, all of it's coming from taxes, bro.
Yep. Yep.
So I
That's
mean, that's how I mean. But shit, I ain't about to get my hopes up for that shit. So there ain't no point in talking about the shit. To me, it's
yeah.
an asinine conversation to have with anybody, really. Well, we deserve. That's what I was talking about, man. People talking about shit they can't even. They ain't got no influence on, no authority. People be arguing about that shit over here, bro.
Oh, I know it,
People be
bro. Big
arguing
time.
about that shit,
You ever listen to
and it's
Thomas
like,
Sowell?
oh, nah, I don't think I ever heard of that person.
Oh, really? I'm honestly surprised you ain't ever heard of him. I mean, he's probably roughly coming up on, I don't know, maybe 80 by now, but he's been a professor for, I'm going to say, since the late 70s, early 80s. I bet you've heard him, you just can't picture him. If you get a chance and look him up,
I
I
thought
bet
you
as
said
soon as
about
you,
a YouTuber. My bad. You said what
no,
was the
no,
name
no, Thomas Sowell, the older black dude.
again? What did he write?
Oh man,
Or what
he's
did he
wrote
talk
so
about?
much stuff. But I mean, basically, uh, I mean, he's a older black dude, but he just like a lot of younger black people call him Uncle Tom and shit like that. Like he's not an Uncle Tom whatsoever, but because of the way that he thinks, like he thinks yeah, I don't know if he thinks everything like you, but basically, look, if the black people want to help themselves, they need to organize, keep their money in their own communities, start their own banks, shit like that. Like I said, he's been a professor at, I'm pretty sure it's Harvard. I could be wrong about Harvard, but he's been a professor at an Ivy League school for, like I said, decades, and he's pretty famous. He's a conservative, and that's why a lot of black people give him shit sometimes. But man, he doesn't speak nothing but how to help the black, well, what he thinks would help the black people, and shit like that. But he speaks on more than just that, though. I mean, he speaks on everything from economics to like the war in Israel. You know what I mean? Like he speaks on all subjects, but he's mostly famous for him speaking on his views of how he thinks the black community should build themselves up and not rely on, the man and the government and shit, that they got to do it themselves.
Yeah, and like 755, so like even like I said, it's like even this, right? I'm not gonna say I don't, because when you say stuff, people like to say, "Oh, you playing a victim." It's not playing a victim, but it's more or less looking at history and looking at current situations, right? I mean,
Yep.
it's 2025, bro. We have no black ownership in no major American sports league. No black ownership, bro.
Yep.
They let Jordan own a portion of something. You know what I'm saying? But you got no majority ownership. Magic Johnson. He got the Dodgers, but it's not his team.
Jordan's
'Cause
going through a lawsuit with NASCAR right now over how NASCAR is doing them, because he just bought a team in NASCAR over the past couple years, and NASCAR is giving Michael Jordan shit. He had to take him to federal court. They're still in court right now.
and shit, I mean, no major TV stations, and it's not like Ice Cube tried to acquire it. Bill Cosby, like these people tried to acquire major television stations, radio stations. Not allowed, bro. It's like people won't let them in the door. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? It's like it. But when you say that, people be like, and these are wealthy people. So imagine a common person like me. What am I hopefully? What am I hoping? And you got all these big. So you think these people ain't try to do things like build build up communities and stuff like that? Hey, man, look, even in the NFL, bro. Like I know this for a fact because I had two of my family members try to do this. They tried to go back in their old hometown and build a better school. But they had to go through all this shit because they was in the NFL. And even after that, they still got contracts of what they can and cannot do. That shit is fucking wild to me, bro.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew they had
Bro,
contract money, but
bro,
I didn't know
it's
like
ba-
they. That's crazy.
like man, it's so much backdoor shit you got to do to try to help people, man. It's so much backdoor shit you got to do. Like you got to go through other people and shit like that. That shit wild, bro. And then the other people doing that, you putting them in danger because how if my cousin want to go through me to donate some money to the school, how am I showing that I got all this money? Now I got to pay tax. Now I'm responsible for taxes on the shit. Like it's so much shit. Then I'm getting looked at because I'm just trying to help my cousin get money to the school to build a better school for the community. Like this shit wild, bro.
That,
Like shit like that is wild, bro. And that's in a small town, a small ass town, bro, where people don't even go to, bro. You go through it. So imagine trying to do this shit in a major city. And so you think people haven't tried to do? Look, man, there's a way you got to do it though. You can't bother or disrupt their shit. If you do that, then they're gonna have an issue.
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, hell, I
Like,
don't know if you listen to Candace Owens, but she talking all kinds of shit about how Charlie Kirk may have had an issue with a certain group of people, and that may have been why he was uh,
man, that's
untimely.
what I'm saying. Like, look, man, this is the thing, bro. This whole internet
Yep.
thing too, bro. Like, this is another form. Like, look, man, everything is controlled. And if you think it ain't, then you just naive or
Right.
ignorant.
Right.
You can be either one. You can either be naive or ignorant, bro. But
Yep.
the shit is controlled, and if you wanna play, you gotta pay. And what you gotta
Yep.
pay, a lot of times, I mean, that's similar to selling the soul to the devil. Like, you
Mhm.
saying all the shit, Epstein shit, all this Diddy shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like you
Yep.
gotta. I mean, for you to obtain things that's already solidified in the system, oh, you gonna have to pay. So, and if you look paying attention, if you want to be famous, if you want to be known, if you want all that shit is man, look,
Oh, I know it. You
that
gotta
shit is
sell your soul.
controlled. That shit is controlled, man. If you ain't playing with them, if you ain't paying them, you ain't playing with them.
Nope.
You gonna do what they want you to do, and when you don't, then they gonna tap that ass, just like they did Bill Cosby. Just like they look, they know these people are doing this crazy ass shit, bro. Like you
Yep.
think, like look, these motherfuckers know what a normal ass motherfucker doing. So you don't think they know what these celebrities or man, they know what these motherfuckers doing. It's when they get
They
out of line.
they
That's
know
when they get
everything.
that ass tapped. Yeah, that's when they get their ass tapped, bro.
But hey, man, I gotta hop off here and go back in. But thanks for letting me hop on tonight, man. Good talking. Good talking and shit. I'm gonna probably finish up listening to you, and I'll catch you later, man.
Sure, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, man. I ain't, but I got, yeah, man. I'm straight. I got time to listen to that Charlie Kirk. I don't know. The last thing I heard, somebody, they were trying to get her, like the Italian government or something. Somebody was trying to get her. I'm looking like, man, this shit crazy, bro. And I ain't saying this shit fake. It probably real as hell, but man, I'm scared. I can't. That's nah. You put yourself in that position, bro. If that, that man, look, man, this is some shit you just don't fuck with. When you think you big, it's always somebody bigger, bro. That's just like my. I just like living a nice, quiet, peaceful life. I just seen so much shit, bro. I'm good. I am fucking good, bro. All this trying to change the world. You know how I'm gonna change the world? By being a better person than that's how I'm gonna change the world. Hopefully, I can influence people. You know, just by being a good person. If I can't change the world like that, it ain't meant for me to change. I'm straight. I'm straight. It's when you trying to force change, then that's when shit like that happens. That's when shit like that happens. Man, a lot of these structures been in existence, bro. And this shit ain't going on. And if you fuck with it, it's just like fucking with a electric fence, man. You can see what's on the other side, but when you try to climb over that motherfucker, zip, zip, zip. And that's what happens. And they don't care who you are, bro. That's just reality. They don't care who you are, bro. They didn't went and got Saddam. They went and got Gaddafi. These motherfucking rulers of countries, bro, hiding in fucking caves and shit. You think they care about a regular ass motherfucker? A Candace Owens? Hell no, bro. Oh shit. Nah, I don't care about none of that shit, bro. They got some bad motherfuckers. Put some shit in your water while you at a restaurant. Next thing you know, you driving home and you out of there. Fall asleep at the wheel. Like that shit, y'all. That Jason Bourne shit. That 007 shit. That shit real, bro. There's really some badass motherfuckers out here that look normal. That take your ass out so goddamn quick. You won't even know what happened. If they want you, they want you, bro. If people want you up out of here, people train for that shit, bro. They want you up out of here, you up out of here. That's why I sit back and relax and live me a nice, quiet, normal life. Nice, quiet, normal life. Yeah, but all that Charlie Kirk, man, he gone. He ain't coming back. They talking about he done faked his death and all that shit. I'm like, bro, y'all. Even if he did, so fucking what, bro? He ain't here no more. And if he faked his death, he ain't gonna never come back. That's the point of faking your death, so you never come back. So the Charlie Kirk we knew is gone forever. Why he gone? Yeah, it was interesting at first, but now it's just like, man, you ain't gonna never know the truth, bro. They done came out with some crazy ass shit. His man got shot in the neck with a 30-06, and his head is still attached to his neck. Hell no, bro. That shit would have popped off. That shit would have bloop. He would have came right off, bro. He would have had a massive ass hole in his neck if his head didn't come off. But that's what they told us. This dude and stood on the roof and shot. Man, come on, bro. Y'all believe all that shit? I'm about to launch a space station. If y'all believe that, $2,000 a ticket just to get a ride. Well, we going out of space for $2,000. Y'all believe that? Just send the money to my cash app. Oh shit! But yeah, man, you ain't gonna never know the truth. That's like one of them. That shit gonna be in the X Files and shit. They gonna put that shit right in the X Files. Who killed Charlie? Did this guy really do it? What? Next 5 years? Play this back in 5 years. Somebody gonna do a video like, did he really do it? It's gonna be, oh man, bro, that's how they set y'all ass up. That's how they set you up. But yeah, I don't even, man, I ain't watching that crazy ass shit no more. Oh my, running shit. Oh, they milk it, bro. Everything get milked, bro. They go milk that shit, bro, as much as they can until the next big thing come up. Just go get milk. That's like this. You milk the cow until it turns into a slaughter cow. When it can't produce no milk no more, now it got meat. That's what they gonna do. They gonna milk that shit until they can get the meat. That's what think about. That's how they did the George Floyd. All this shit, bro. They do all this shit like that. The people in the submarine, they milked that shit till it went dry. All this shit, bro. And that shit is just like Commander said, a distraction. That's all this shit is. All this shit is a distraction, man. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna do a show on the Black Fatigue probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna do a show. I had time to set some shit up. I had time to set it up. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow, Friday, Thursday right now. Right? Man, I done put so much. I put my son bed together. I was supposed to come on last night, but when I got done putting his bed together, it was already like 12, 13. I'm like, man, I'm straight. I've been getting some good sleep, waking up early, getting shit done. Almost got my basement done. Well, I got almost got it cleaned out. Just got to get the kids' toys in one area, and I want to redo the floor, so I'm gonna do that, and then do some drywall. I gotta do some drywall down there. But almost got that done. Got my living room done. I got to do my daughter room next, and then my refrigerator acting crazy. I got people coming out to fix that. So yeah, I just been chilling, man. I've been sitting back, you know, um, watching my Asian dramas. I don't be watching too much stuff on YouTube. I went and checked out Writers the other night. I was over there. She was live. I popped up there. Was chilling with Writers for a minute. I ain't really seen nobody going live. I ain't really been on YouTube though. My daughter, man. Oh my God. Man, being a girl dad, ain't nothing like it. My son, we celebrated both of it. My daughter's birthday on the 22nd, my son's birthday on the 13th. So we always throw like one party for both of them. So we did it on my son's birthday. So they both had their birthday. So my daughter would be 3 this year, but my daughter is like 30, bro. Like she about to turn 3, but she act like she's 30 or something. Bro, every morning she wake up, she do the same routine my wife do. She go in there. Yeah, she don't take a shower, but as soon as she hears she out the shower, she run in there, get her little stool, get a nice size sink. So she go in there and wash her face with my wife and start playing with her hair, and she got a little makeup kit now. I'd be like, oh my God. She 3 going on 30. She be telling me, man, yeah. I thought my son was bad. My daughter is an animal, boy. He a B. I love them little munchkins though. He just getting too grown, too big, too fast. My son just turned 6. I'm looking like, man, that shit crazy because I never thought I was gonna be a dad. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hell no, you can't have no kids. Kids? Hell no. That's because I ain't had the right woman at the time. That's why I was thinking like that. Like, well, you go with the right person, you can see it. You can see how the benefit. You get with the right person, but I've seen too many examples of doing it with the wrong person. If you do that shit with the wrong person, man, that shit become a headache. I just seen I done seen that scenario too many times. Different situations, different circumstances, but the same outcome. I was like, I'm straight. I am not having kids by the wrong person. I'm happy I found my little lady, man. 'Cause, yeah, man, you had kids by the wrong. You got too many examples. Man, I don't know, bro. I guess when you like, I'm happy I had kids after my frontal cortex was fully developed. I'm happy I waited. I think everybody should do that. Look, wait till you like in your late 20s, Mike, to have kids, right? Wait till you're in your late 20s. That's just the safest way to do it. That's the safest way to do it. Because when your frontal cortex ain't fully developed, you ain't thinking straight, bro. You thinking for the moment, not to. You ain't thinking the longevity of things. You thinking about the here and now. When you're young, when you're older, you start thinking about tomorrow. Like what I do today is go have an impact tomorrow. So like being with a person, like you can have fun, you can, have all the intercourse you want. I don't care about that. Just don't get pregnant, man. Don't get pregnant and don't get nobody pregnant. Not until your frontal cortex is fully developed. Don't do it. I'm telling you. You know, because this person might be fun right now, but later on might be an issue. I think about like a lot of the women I dated in my earlier years. I could not. Well, at the time I was dating them, I was like, I ain't never have no kids by your crazy ass. But I dated a lot of single moms too. I dated women with kids. So a lot of times that's what the issue. Like it was this one chick. Man, her was real cool. I got along with her family, her daughter. It was her baby dad, and I'm looking like at this time I'm like I'm already kind of hot, like with the shit I'm doing on the side and all that. So I don't need no extra drama. And that's all. Like her baby daddy was like, he was shorter than me, he was smaller than me. He had like this Napoleon complex. Like, bro, I ain't trying to be your kid's dad. I'm just here when you ain't here, bro. That's it. I ain't trying to take your spot or nothing like that. But he felt I don't want this, bro. I don't like. Look, I'm not a bad person, bro. You can talk to me. I'm thinking like this when I'm young. Like this, come talk. I understand. That's your kid. You don't want him around any other person. But come talk to me as a man. Like we can talk. I'm not trying to take your spot. I'm just here when you're not. That's just what it is. If I'm with her mama, then I'm with her. That's how you. That's how I'm thinking, right? If I'm with her mama, then I'm, you know. But I'm not trying to be her dad. I ain't trying. No, you only got one of those too. People can play the part, but they can't be the part. So I understood that because I had a stepfather. So now I'm not trying to be her dad, but shit, if it's something I can assist with, then that's what I'm gonna do. I ain't just gonna be like fuck you and your kid. I'm banging your mama and I ain't gonna, you know, I ain't ignorant like that. But yeah, I had a problem with dude. And one day I'm like, bro, it's gonna come down. I'm gonna put my hands on you, bro. You know, I'm trying to be respectful, man. But you talking, look, I understand it's your kid, but I'm a grown man, bro. You just ain't gonna say anything. You ain't just gonna say anything to me because you upset at her. And nah, bro, it don't work like that. You see me being cool, like, don't, nah. And I snatched him up one day and then it fell apart. Like, you know. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I snatched him up in front of his daughter. And, the girl I was dating, she ain't like that. So and I'm like, and I'm this type of person I am, bro. I ain't about to argue with you, bro. It is what it is, bro. If you don't want to, be together, that's cool because of this happened. Cool, bro. I ain't about to fight you over that shit. I always been like that, bro. Don't come to me saying no, I ain't feeling it or we should break up because I'm gonna be like, cool, all right, go your way, and I'm gonna move on. That's just how I am, and that's what I did. And she like. Well, people fight. No, I don't do all that fighting shit, bro. I don't do all that arguing, breaking up, and making up. I don't do all that shit. I ain't never been like that. That's just not me. It's like, cool. I go my way, you go your way. And once I say that shit, I mean that shit. Always been like that. Like, motherfuckers be coming with that emotional shit, like, oh, we need to spend time apart or we need a break. All right, holla. Have a nice life. On to the next one. On to the next. That's how I always been, bro. So, yeah, we fell out because of that. The dude can't like, nah, man, you ain't just about to say anything or do it. No, you ain't gonna do all that. You ain't about to like. And when I was younger, it was like you ain't about to disrespect me, bro. Especially in my face. You on the phone or something, I probably laugh the shit off, but I might slap you when I see you. But you in my face and you taunting me like, nah, you got me. Nah, when I was younger, I wasn't walking away from shit. I, hey, you challenge me, it's a challenge. You better swing before me. Once I felt like I was challenged, it was on and popping. I ain't like that no more. I don't do all that. But, yeah, that's what it was. But I ain't do nothing but snatch him up. But he was smaller than me, so when I snatched him up, I literally snatched him up, pinned him up. Like, bro, you better chill. I'm gonna go get my gun. Like, man, you think I'm about to let you out this house? And then she like, just relax. I'm like, man, let me go. She's like, I don't think we should talk no more. No, she said, I think we should. I think she said, I think we need to. Only thing I heard was we something no more. I'm like, cool. It is what it is. I ain't about to argue with you. But that's how it be, man. Peace of mind, yeah, bro. That's how it is, man. Peace of mind is very. Even when I was younger, man, it was like I dealt with like two crazy ass girls, and I, dealt with shit, and that was my fault because prior to that, I never put myself in a position where uh I had a vested interest with someone, meaning we had like property together, and then those two times I did. So when people be like, "I got too much time invested," oh man, I'd be understanding what they say. I'd be understanding that I don't agree with it because I said I lost a lot of money fucking with people, women, a lot of money. My ex-wife lost a lot of money fucking with her. It ain't even her fault. It's mine. I can eat that one. I definitely eat that. They lost a lot of money. Yeah. It's 755. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I ain't even gonna say lucky. I'm truly blessed, man. I'm with the right person, man. I'm with the right person. But I had to experience all that to identify, you know. A lot, that's how I learned. But I learned those lessons, man. I ain't let the lessons learn me. I learned the lessons. And I started identifying things within myself. Like I need to be with a person who appreciate me for me, not what I can do, not what I can get, not what I can create. No, just me. And I don't think I probably was with two people who appreciated me for me. You know, take the good with the bad. You know, and that's what it's about. For me, it is. That's what it's about. If I can't take your good, I mean, if I can't take your bad, then I don't want your good neither. That shit gonna be temporary. You probably gonna have more bad days than you gonna have good days. Right? Gonna have, and then is can you weather those bad days to enjoy those good days? You know, that's what it's about. Can you weather those bad days to enjoy those good days? If you can't, then you with the wrong person. You with the wrong person. Man, I talk so much shit to my wife. And that's just me. I'm just a shit talker. My wife tell me all the time, "You a smart ass." I'll be like, "Well, at least you ain't with a dumbass." That's just how I am. I'm a smart ass. Man. I say it's like I don't do it on here, but like if you knew me personally, you'd be like, "Man, you an asshole, bro." I'm always saying some slick, smart shit. Always, always. That's just who I am, though, man. I like to, I talk over people's head a lot, but it be some like some smart ass. Like if you say something dumb around me. Like some people just say some of the dumbest shit. So I'm gonna say something dumb. I'm gonna let you know you said something dumb. If you say some dumb shit around me, I'm gonna let you know that shit was dumb. That's just how I am. But a lot of people can't accept that. There's a lot of people. I do like a satire criticism. It's like a set. I make fun of shit, and a lot of people they can't they can't accept that. I do that shit with everybody. I do that shit with my mom, my dad. That's just who I am. And if people can't take that, then you can't be around me. You just can't. You can't be that close to me. Just don't say no dumb shit. Yeah, man. That's my nickname. That's my nickname to my wife. Like, well, shit, at least you ain't with no dumb. Imagine if I was a dumbass. You should be happy I'm a smart ass. She'd be like, shut up. Well, I done turned my wife off. Now she talks shit all the time too. She ain't never used to talk shit. She talks shit all the time now. I'd be like, damn, I done rubbed off on you. And then she used my lingo. It'd be so funny, like, because the way she'd be like, nah, I'm straight. I'd be like, what? Oh, no. Yeah, she used my lingo all the time, too. I done rubbed off on you. First time I heard her say, you got me fucked up, I almost cried. Because the way it sounded so non-threatening. It sounded so non-threatening. And I'm like, oh my God. You can't say it in a proper tense. You gotta say it with some pizzazz, some flavor. Now you got me fucked. She like, nope, you got me fucked up. Like, why did you slow it all down? It gotta go together. Like, nah, you got me fucked up. But she like, nope. She pronounced every fucking syllable. Bro. I'm like, and then pause. Like, nah, bro, it gotta be smooth and sweet. I tease her all the time. Like. Oh man. I told her like, man, I'm so happy I didn't meet you when I was running around the street because my ass would have went to jail. Like she'd be snitching. I'd be like, bruh. Like you can't tell her shit, boy. She gonna snitch on your ass. And I know she snitching. That's the man, 755, I tell you. That's the thing, man. Like if something ever happened, if I can't have what I got now, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm telling you, I don't want it. That's why I say, like, man, I don't see that. I don't know. I don't know how people be fucking up. I don't know how people be fucking up. Like shit. I told her, man, every year on our anniversary, I want to send her ex a box of chocolates. I'm petty like that, bro. Just say thank you. Thank you for fucking it up. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being an asshole. 'Cause then I can get a thank you for fucking up. I be wanting to send his ass a present of every anniversary we have. I want to send him something. Thank you. I'm petty like that too, bro. She ain't gonna let me do it, but I'm petty like I will do it. Yeah, man. Because I wouldn't have had it if you still had it. That's one of the greatest qualities she got. My wife is loyal to the soil. You know, she's loyal to the soil. She with you. She with you, man. And that's how I am, man. Loyal to the soil. So if you got me, man, you got me. Long as you don't do nothing to abuse it, you good. Right or wrong, I'm gonna rock out with you, man. I'm gonna tell you about yourself, but I still have your back. I'm gonna make it do what it do. Loyal to the soil. That's how she is. And that shit is rare, man. Most people out for themselves. That's how majority of the people are. They out for themselves, man. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't for me. And them ain't types of people I want around me. Because those type of people, bro, they can get your ass and they gonna get your ass. But they only loyal to themselves, man. And like I said, I mean, that's because most people built like that because that's what they experience built them to be. Their life experience built them to be like that. So I mean, that's just it is what it is. I ain't trying to change nobody, but I just don't fuck with people like that. I just don't. And loyal to me is like you ain't doing nothing to hurt me. As long as you like, I don't care what differences we have. I don't care about none of that. As long as you ain't doing nothing to hurt me or mine, we good. We good, man. Just don't hurt me and mine. I got people around me like that. And it's good to have people around you like that. But to have a spouse like that, man, if you got it, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Water that plant, man. Grow that shit. If you got it, don't mess it up. It's easy to mess up and it's really hard to fix. So, I know as people that I met when I was younger, when I was ignorant, I'm not gonna say I fucked them over, but my well being superseded their well being. So, you know, I sometimes I just didn't look out when I could have. I say it like that. So, I didn't never did nothing shady to them, but there's times where I could have looked out, but I didn't. And people feel some type of way about that, and I feel some type of way about people who treated me like that. But that's why I can't be mad at them because it's like shit. I did that shit too. But to be honest, I wasn't in a good environment, so yeah, just because I could have looked out, that shit could have put me in a messed up situation too. I wasn't in a good environment with those people. We weren't doing good things. So self preservation in that environment is a must, but just self preservation. Like it ain't no point of me going down or me getting hurt for something I ain't do or something ain't got to do with me. That's just how I always felt, bro. I'm straight. I ain't about to go do nothing stupid because you want to be stupid. But maybe if I went, I could talk them down, or I could did things like, nah, I ain't doing nothing. Grown ass people making grown ass decisions. Bruh, you loud. Why are you breathing so hard? What, you mad at me or something? My bad. My dog tripping. Yeah, I'm about to go lay my butt down too. I've been getting used to getting some good sleep. So, well, yeah, I'll be back on here tomorrow. Yeah, we about to get off here, bro. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking out. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations that create nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody, tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, bad weeds out, bro. That's all I got. So we out.
And do it for the nine.
What up, Nine?